Hello, mathematicians. My name is Miss Taylor, and I get to be your math teacher this year. So it is lovely to meet you all. Some of you may be thinking, oh, Miss Taylor, I already know you. You're my homeroom teacher. If so, hello. Some of you might be in Miss Lund's class or Miss Schultz's class, and I get to be your math teacher. So it is really nice to meet you all, and I am really looking forward to seeing you and learning some math and working our brains and making our brains stronger and talking about math strategies. And I hope to see you this morning, actually. We're having our first math class meeting this morning at 9:30, and I hope you can make it. If you can't make it, that's okay. But today we're just going to meet and talk about what math is going to look like. And yeah, I hope you can come. It's at 9:30. And then we're going to do this every other week on Mondays. So we're going to do it during the even weeks. If you're wondering, oh, Miss Taylor, when are we doing these meetings? We are going to do them today. It's August 31st. And then we're going to skip a week, and then we're going to go meet again on September 14th. And then we'll kind of skip over another week, and then September 28th. And then if we're still doing distance learning, October 12th, October 26th. So kind of every other Monday, we'll just kind of meet together. Those of you who can, we'll kind of talk about how things are going, maybe some challenges, maybe some things where you're like, I felt really proud of myself for doing this work or figuring out this difficult problem. We'll just kind of do some sharing and connecting. Sound good? So I hope to see you 9:30 today. Let's see. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you need for math class. So I have a little sheet here to help us. Your math materials. These are the things you will need for math. So the first thing that we have here is your fact practice packet. And actually there are two of these. This is the first one. It says second grade math fact practice packet number 1. It's kind of a tongue twister. All right, so this is the first one, and the second one just is the same, but it just has a number 2 here. And these are just what we use to get our brains warmed up. Now you might be looking at the packet and thinking, oh, Miss Taylor, these are not so tricky. Well, don't worry. These are just to get us warmed up, and the expectation is that we're going to do one of these pages each day that we have math class, and just to get our brains warmed up. So you will notice in your packet that there is, so for example, let's take a look at this one. One day when we're working on page 5, for example, so in a few days we're going to work on page 5, and then we're going to go through this, and the expectation is that this fact practice page takes you about 1 or 2 minutes. So it's kind of to see how quickly can we do this, and then we move on and we kind of get into our math lesson. So if you're thinking about, oh, Ms. Taylor, I know 3 plus 3. Excellent, that is great. So your goal is to see how quickly you can solve these math problems. 3 plus 3, 6, 2 plus 3, 5, 1 plus 3, 4, 7 plus 3, 10, 9 plus 3, 12, okay? And then you're gonna try to do this as quickly as you can. We're gonna do 1 page each day. And then what you're gonna do is check your work on the back side. So if I'm on page 5 and I turn my page over, on the back, you'll notice the answers are there. Now you're thinking, Miss Taylor, why are the answers on here? Well, the answers are on here so we can quickly check our work. It's really good for our brains to do a little bit of practice and then get that feedback right away. So we know, oh, did I make a mistake? Did I say that 9 plus 3 was 11 when really it's 12? So it's really good for our brains to get that check right away. It's called immediate feedback. And so that is the purpose of that. And then the next day, when we do a little subtracting practice, we're going to see again, can I finish this in maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds? See how quickly you can do it. And then again, you're just going to flip it, quickly check your work, okay, to see if you were correct. All right. So that is your fact practice packet. Now, the next thing you'll need is your textbook. So hopefully when you came to school last week to pick up your materials, you got your math textbook. And it looks like this, and it says 2A on it. And this is kind of my teacher book. That's why it says Taylor on it. Hopefully yours doesn't. Now in our textbook, this is the one where we don't write inside of it. So this is the one we don't write inside of. This one you can. This is your workbook. So you should also have a workbook. The workbook is yours to write in. The textbook, please don't write in it. So textbook, no writing. Workbook, you can write in there, okay? So if you're wondering, well, how do I know? Because they're both blue, they kind of look the same. Well, your textbook, you'll notice it says textbook on it. And of course, when you look inside of it, you're like, oh, this is kind of just some practice problems and showing me some information, but I'm not going to write in there. And then when you open up your workbook, you'll probably see, oh yeah, there's a spot for me to write in. Okay, so you will need your textbook, you will need a workbook, you will need some paper to write with, so we're going to do some practice problems. You might want to use paper, a notebook. You have some notebooks probably ready for school. A lot of times we use yellow for math, so when we get back into the building, I might ask you to have a yellow notebook if you happen to have yellow. If you don't, that's okay, but a notebook to write in, or you can also use a whiteboard. And I did send home a whiteboard with you, so hopefully you got that. And I just think sometimes it's more fun to write and do my practice math problems on a whiteboard. So it's sort of up to you. Do I want to use my whiteboard, or do I like just writing on regular paper? That's sort of up to you, okay? So paper or whiteboard. And then of course you need a pencil to do your workbook. And then there's a little note down here. It says you might also need your place value chart with ones and tens and hundreds from time to time. So I also sent that home with you. Hopefully you got that. It looks like this. It's a little place value chart. So this will really help us to think about numbers and how they have hundreds and tens and ones. And this is going to be really helpful when we start adding and subtracting with renaming. When we don't have enough in the tens place or the ones place, and we have to rename in the hundreds place so that we can actually do the adding and subtracting. So hopefully you have your place value chart. Looks like this. And then I think you should also have a little bag that has some ones and tens and hundreds in it. So try to keep all of your math items together. That would be something I would recommend, keeping them all kind of in one spot. So I have a little desk area where I kind of keep all of my things in one spot. And I have a spot for my math things, and then I have a different spot right next to it for my reading things, and then another spot kind of for my homeroom activities. So you might want to kind of try to keep all your math stuff all together in one spot. And then these are what the little place value pieces look like. We have some hundreds, and we have some ones. Those are the yellow ones. And then we have some tens. And so again, try your best to keep these in the bag so we don't lose them. And then we'll do some practice with place value pretty soon. So those are the things you will need for math class. So you'll need your fact practice packet. And our goal is to do one of those each day and to do it quickly and accurately. So even if you already know all of those facts, and really in this first packet, you should already kind of know most of those facts. The goal is to get faster. Okay, so accuracy first. Can I do it without making mistakes? And then can I get faster? So when we practice, we get faster. Practice makes progress, right? All right, so we need your fact practice packet. Fact practice packet. Can you say that 10 times fast? I can't. All right, you'll need your textbook, your workbook, paper or whiteboard, and a pencil. And also if you're using your whiteboard, you should also have a whiteboard marker. And then some kind of a little eraser would be helpful. I like to use a little sock. I have like these little black socks. I like to use these as erasers. But you could also just use a little tissue or paper towel or something like that. And then, another thing that is really important, that is often connected to your pencil, an eraser. I have this big eraser for my big mistakes. And of course, it is totally normal to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but the important thing is that we learn from our mistakes and we fix them. And so if we don't fix our mistakes, we can't really learn from them. So I might be asking you from time to time to fix some mistakes in your workbook because we're going to make some mistakes. We all do. Ms. Taylor makes mistakes. If you notice I have a mistake and I didn't notice it, let me know. You could say, oh, Ms. Taylor, when you told me in my workbook that the answer was this, well, I actually think it might be this. And I will go back and check because I also make mistakes. But the important thing is that we erase and we fix our mistakes. So make sure you have an eraser and a whiteboard eraser. So, alrighty, so we're going to fix our mistakes. And thank you for erasing and fixing when you make mistakes. I know when we were younger, maybe when you were in kindergarten or preschool, and you used to kind of scribble out your answers and write the correct answer next to it. Now that we're in second grade, we're getting older and more mature, we erase our mistakes and we fix them. All right. Oh, and when you are working in your workbook, it is a brand new workbook. You will notice. Where did I put mine? There it is. A brand new workbook. And when we have brand new materials, it really helps if we start the very first page by writing neatly and carefully. Now, you don't need to do anything right now, and please don't work ahead. So please follow the schedule. Today, there will be no assignment in your workbook, but don't worry, we'll have one soon. But today, I just want you to get ready for math and to think about what do I need to be ready for math class. So that is your assignment, is kind of watching this video, making sure you're getting all of your things, you're getting prepared for math, maybe finding a spot to do math, preferably a flat area like a table or a desk. And then when we do start our math workbook, please write really carefully and neatly. And then every time you open up your math workbook, you'll realize, oh wow, look at how nicely and neatly I did. And then it helps us take pride in our work and be proud of ourselves. So we want to do work that we can feel proud of. So I am going to stop our video here because that has been enough of Miss Taylor explaining what we need for math. And I really look forward to seeing you very soon. All right, so these are our math materials. Let's get ready for math. And I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you very soon. And I hope you can come to our math class meeting today. And that will be on Zoom, and you can find the link in our math classroom under the classwork and things I need to know. And I also posted it in the stream. Okay, have a great day, mathematicians.